All right. It is 5 o'clock. We are in here, people. I'm a little better than what I was yesterday. Let me figure this out. Open this panel. I want to be able to see the chat, and right now I can't see it. It's always something with the technology. How do I see this? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, am I going to be able to see it now? I need to see what y'all are saying. For whatever reason, it is not.
Recording in progress.
All right, I'm going to have to pretend like I can see what you guys are saying in a minute. I hope everybody is doing well. Why don't you want me to be able to read the comments? What are you doing here, people? All right, if I can't figure this out, then listen, we'll get going and I'll read the comments later, but I definitely want you guys to be interactive. All right, do, come on. But I love seeing the comments, I really do. We won't be long tonight either, as long as yesterday. Yesterday was just getting us started and helping us understanding all the things that go into us getting into the 10-day Daniel challenge. Today, definitely we have some really, really good information. And again, it won't be long, but it's going to be very impactful. It's crazy when I even go over this stuff. It's like reminding me of things I need to center myself on again, and yeah, just it's bananas. It's crazy because I can go here, but it's saying I cannot see chat. Join. I want to join the chat on the regular side. Oh, okay, I can see it right there. Okay, weird technology. All right, hello. Kiana, how are you doing? Danielle, how are you? Yep, I can see it over here. All right. So today, I'm excited about today's topic. Listen, again, if you know someone who really needs this information, you can. I'm gonna leave these up at least until the challenge is over. So if you miss it, or if you know somebody else again who can benefit from this information, hello, Sharon. If you know anybody who can benefit from this information, forward this to them now, because this is not just life changing physically, but it's life changing spiritually. And again, I'm going through my notes today, just making sure everything is outlined and things are properly placed. And as I'm going through things, it's like, yo, like, oh my God, I need to hear this again. This information is bananas. And I, maybe because the church world has not really dove into the health and wellness, which is ironic, right? If you think about it this way, the story of Daniel, and again, we'll get into the results. Today is going to be Daniel's refusals. Tomorrow's is his reasons. The next day is his replacements. And then the last day of the mindset, this is mindset, first 5 days of mindset, is his results. And so it goes into that order. God just gave it to me that way. And I'm saying that to go into to this concept of understanding his results are not predicated to that day, because his results, the Bible says, not only, again, we'll get into the physical aspect, which is insane. And when I study this stuff and read this stuff, I am experiencing these benefits. People that have been involved in the past experience these benefits. I know Sharon, she's experienced these benefits. So even Sharon, when you hear this stuff, the results and the breakdown of the results and what it means today, you are one of my main witnesses. My mother's a witness that this stuff really works. And it's like, wow, like the Bible had it there all this time. But one of the benefits was that Daniel was 10 times more intelligent in the area of science than the actual land that he was captive in. And so what made him a threat, see where I'm going with this, what made him a threat was that not only did he know God's word and practice God's laws and principle, he also was able to grab a hold of their science, bring it together, go figure out why he was able to become so high up in Babylon, why people took a liking to him. It's a reason why that happened, y'all. And it's crazy because I feel like this is what is needed now. Understanding the science and bringing scripture together, ancient wisdom, modern science, when it meets, there's a reality to that is not even I'm gonna say explainable because it's technically explainable, but there's a reality that comes to light. It's just crazy, y'all. I don't even know how to sometimes describe this stuff, because the more I hear that scientists are discovering, the more I start to see scripture and how God really created us to be perfect in form. Now, of course, we know that bodies are subject to sin, and so we're dying, obviously, but there's still a way that we could live our life more productive, a lot healthier, even in the midst of, matter of fact, and this is crazy because this thing now that's going on where, you know, this whole science world and health world that are meeting, they have this thing of living an old life and dying healthy, which means you're not living till you're 100 and can't walk. Like there are regions in this world where there are 100-year-olds still walking up hills. They're drinking their green tea every day. They're doing all these different things. They're still active. So we don't have to live. 70 does not mean you can't walk. 70 does not mean that you can't work out. There are 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds lifting weights right now because they understand the importance of muscle mass, which is what you guys have learned also. Anyways, so let's get into this document because, like I said, I'm not going to keep you long. However, I want to get your minds ready for day 2 of mindset, because none of this works without a mindset shift. So you have to change your mindset. I'm a firm believer that, well, I experienced it again. So as much as I did before my mindset changed, and the results that I had before my mindset changed were like nowhere near. And for the ones that's known me for years, the results are nowhere near then. They were nowhere near then than what they are now because of me making these changes. Okay, so I hope you're ready for mindset. Everything's still moving properly because I can't see certain things right now. Okay, cool. Y'all hit me in the chat. I just want to make sure. Like I got a lot going on over here. Make sure that we're good and ready to go before I start sharing this document. I want to make sure we are all good and ready to get into this. Can you all hit me in the chat? You good? Also hit me in the chat. I want to know if anybody was working on their area, the 5 areas of focus today. How did you do with that? All good, okay? How did you do with the 5 areas of focus? I want to know. Did you 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5? And let me tell you, each one makes a difference. So even if you do 1 out of the 5, that's still 20%. You're going to get 20% better results doing that than doing nothing. All right. So I hope that you guys have tried to do that. I've even reset myself. I stopped walking in the mornings because I was trying to adjust my schedule to help other people and to do other work, and it did not work in my favor. I'm back walking in the morning. I'm getting my morning sunlight, and it's ironic how things have changed, and now I feel back to normal. It's insane. All right. Let's get into this document. Yes, sir. All right. I don't know how you guys see that because that's not the sheet that I'm on right now. Okay, that. All right, this is the stuff that's about to be weird right now. Hold on, you all. Give me 1 second because this is not doing what it's supposed to do. That was the wrong slide for whatever reason. On my screen, it was right. On your screen, it was wrong. Technology is not perfect. All right, let's see if it acts right this time. All right, let's try this again. That is so strange, you all. Okay, I'm so sorry because I don't know. This is not. It's not gonna. It's not gonna work if this does not. Hold on. Unlock. Let me try it again. Yeah, the document's not even moving, you all. Oh my gosh, this is so insane right now. All right, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Like literally, I can see the right document on my screen, and you guys are, for whatever reason, seeing the wrong page of the document. Okay, I'm about to try something different right now. And that's still not working. It's still not working. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Oh my gosh, this is so bananas. Um, I know what to do. Um, I know exactly what to do. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Technology. I got it now. Troubleshooting. All right, here we. Oh my God. You just showed me that it was right. Y'all, I am so sorry. Um, hold on. That's the right page right there, people. That's the right one. So are we gonna act right now? There we go. So you see it, you saw it with your own eyes. I'm switching back and forth and it is not changing. I don't know why. I didn't drink a smoothie at 8 p.m. last night. I'm proud of you, Kiana. So proud of you. Okay, so I got it working now. All right, here we go. Have mercy. Mindset. This is some real good information. So obviously something is trying to, I ain't gonna be that, play that spiritual game. The power of no. Daniel's refusal. I love this. Day two. Here we go. So today we're talking about the power of no. Daniel's refusals. This is important because we are too often we adjust or we make the wrong type of accommodations for events, for certain scenery, and it's not beneficial to us. And what's even crazy, think about it, it's beneficial for the moment, it's beneficial for that experience, it's beneficial for that event, and that event is a thing. You're a person, and the person is adjusting to be better for the thing. Makes no sense, all right? So understanding and being intentional with your health, it's important, all right? So the refusal, Daniel's refusal, the power of no. Daniel's reason why he stood firm. Daniel's replacements, better choices. Daniel's results, visible changes. That's what we're going to go through the next 4 days, all right? There's feedback. Is that what I just heard? Okay, and I don't know why that should not be. Hold on, I think I know why. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, you guys shouldn't hear anything else. I got so many windows open. All right, we should be good now. Okay. Like I said, trying to see the comments. I got too many things open. All right. Let's go. I'm still looking at the chat and you're behind, but let me know if you no longer hear feedback as I keep going. Okay. Mindset. I went over this yesterday. It's a fixed attitude, okay? And we'll dig even more into that soon. But it's a fixed attitude, a disposition or mood. It's the ideas and attitudes with which a person approaches a situation, especially when these are seen as being difficult to alter. Thank you. Your mindset can protect you or expose you. It can help you grow or it can cause you to deteriorate. It can help you make better decisions or it can help you make the worst ones. Okay. So we have to be really focused on our mindsets. It's important. Okay. Check this out. Daniel's refusal is the power of no, standing firm in your identity. Okay. This represents what Daniel did during this time. When your no comes from knowing who you are, and this is going to make sense in a minute. When your no comes from knowing who you are, it becomes a shield of self-preservation rather than an act of defiance. Okay, like Daniel, who understood that his identity wasn't determined by what others called him, but by what he allowed into his life. I got to read that one more time. That's why it's on this page by itself, because to me, this right here alone is life changing. When your no comes from knowing who you are, it becomes a shield of self-preservation. Listen to that. Rather than an act of defiance, like Daniel, who understood that his identity wasn't determined by what others called him, but by what he allowed in his life. Why am I bringing that up? Because Daniel and the Hebrew boys' names were changed. His name was changed to Belteshazzar, and Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Those are Babylonian names, and it's crazy because each one of their names, all the Hebrew boys in Daniel's name, there was some element of God in their name. And the names that the Babylonian people tried to change their name to all had a portion of the Babylonian idol god within those names. Now, if you look at this story, they never fought against the names that were given to them. They never say, yo, you can't call us that. Yo, my name is actually this. And if you're pulling from that like I am, because again, I'll go against what you're trying to make me eat, but I ain't tripping about what you try to label me, because your God will never be my God. How you see me is who I'll never be. Your opinion of me does not matter. What matters to me is what I allow in my space. I don't have to answer to that name. I don't have to accept that name. But what I do have to accept is what I allow in my body. That's what Daniel was proving with that whole situation. His no had to do with everything that would determine his true identity as a Hebrew, which mainly were a lot of the things that they ate. And if I were to eat the king's food, now I'm actually socializing in this space, not being who I know I'm supposed to be. Again, name change don't really mean too much nothing. Call me what you want to call me. That doesn't mean that that's what I have to answer to. But I have to, if I take what you're offering me, that's a different story. The courage of conscious rejection, all right? Your no is a declaration of your values. Your refusal is your roadmap. Your denial becomes your definition. Okay, I forgot the R, so I'll get that on there, but you get the point, okay? Your no is a declaration of your values. Your refusal is your roadmap. Your denial becomes your definition, okay? So again, sometimes we are scared to say the word no. We don't want to hurt people's feelings, but understand, and we'll see this as well on the next page, that when we have an issue with saying no, then that means we don't have an issue with saying yes to certain things that we probably know we should not do, or things that we shouldn't be a part of. The strength in selection. Remember, not everything offered is meant to be accepted. It's okay to say no, thank you. It's okay to say I'm good right now. It's funny because every time I go eat, the waiter or waitress that asks me if I'm thirsty, do I want something to drink? I don't drink and eat, which is, people who are part of the program know that one of the worst things you can do while you're eating is drink more than 4 ounces of any kind of liquid, because you dilute your digestive enzyme. So you're messing with your digestion. So I don't drink at all when I eat. And the waiter are like, you're not going to drink anything? Absolutely not. And I feel okay not drinking. It doesn't make me feel like I'm missing out on something. It don't make me feel like I look weird. I'm not drinking. Okay. So not everything offered is meant to be accepted, especially if you know better, if you know what it's going to do to you. Not every invitation requires your presence. Not every table deserves your seat. Remember that. Okay. The revolutionary act of refusal. Just as Daniel knew that accepting the king's food would compromise his commitment, your no becomes a compass that guides your journey, a filter that preserves your integrity, a foundation that supports your future. Okay? Remember that. You'll get these documents, but these are some things that I think you need to make sure that you remember. Living your truth. Okay. Also remember this: the power of your no lies not in its volume, but in its values. Like Daniel, who didn't fight his name change, but drew the line at what would enter his body. Choose your battles wisely, but stand firmly in your convictions. Okay. I'm going to read that one again, because that one is also powerful. The power of your no lies not in its volume, but in its values. And I need to turn on my listen, because I'm burning some calories right now in this heat in this room. All right, like Daniel, who didn't fight his name change, but drew the line at what would enter his body. Choose your battles wisely, but stand firmly in your convictions. Okay, not everything has to be responded to, but just know when it's time to respond. All right. The ultimate truth. Your power doesn't lie in what others offer you, but in what you choose to accept or decline. Every no is a yes to your authentic self. I came up with some things on this. Like I said, this stuff was speaking to me, so I got to read that one again too. That was powerful. Your power doesn't lie in what others offer you, but in what you choose to accept or decline. Every no is a yes to your authentic self. Every no is a yes to your authentic self. Every no is a yes to your authentic self. Okay? The most powerful no comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you stand for. If you never look at anything on this document, this is the one page, the ultimate truth page. Print this one out, put it on your wall. I got to read that one again too. The most powerful no comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you stand for. This reframing emphasizes how Daniel's story teaches us that saying no isn't about rebellion. So let's change our mindset on that. It's about aligning with our true selves and our highest values. That's all it is. Okay. Okay. All right. Like I said, painless. I hope, again, I try to keep it short, simple, but with some very good points to drive home for us to understand the importance of our no. Okay. Challenge questions. If you're in the Facebook group, I'm going to put this in there because I want to see us interact on it. If not, I still want you to answer this yourself. What story will your no tell about who you choose to become? Somebody, I put some time in these, and I got to read these twice because, again, as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. What story will your no tell about who you choose to become? Number 2, challenge question number 2. Will you have the courage to say no to what's good enough so you can say yes to what's best for you? Another repeater. Will you have the courage to say no to what's good enough so you can say yes to what's best for you? I would definitely answer these questions because I truly believe that what happens next in your life, it hangs on these answers. Okay. All right, reviewing. Now that we understand the importance of our no's, what things are we going to say no to so that we can make room for these 5 areas of focus? These 5 areas of focus I've studied, I've studied, I've studied. And when I tell you they work, they work, they work. So what are you going to do to make sure that you are able to operate within the circadian rhythm? What are you going to do to make sure you're able to have a meal when the sun goes up, when the sun goes down? I appreciate Kiana. She texted me today, and we're talking about breakfast is not our strong suit. So I sent her, this is an easy breakfast, and this is why. She was like, great. There's things that we could do, but again, this is why we have community. This is why we have friends, so that we can reach out and get suggestions. All right. When the sun goes down, so no 8 p.m.s, Kiana. Eat within a TRE, a time restricted eating window. Do your best to do that. Make sure that all your meals within the circadian rhythm are 4 hours apart, because digestion takes at least 4 hours, and it's not like us. It does not multitask. When it's dealing with one thing, it's not dealing with another. And so what you consider to be good for you can actually be bad for you. Okay. So make sure that you're giving yourself that window, and watch this in between the window. Okay. Let me say this on this video too. Hopefully you're taking notes. This is the advanced stuff. I didn't put this on here because I know people have a hard time with this, but to even maximize this even better, to get even better results after these 10 days, which I hope you're taking record, make sure that you stop drinking any type of liquid 20 minutes before you have a meal, and do not drink at least until an hour after that meal. All right. And an hour between that hour and 20 minutes until that next meal, go ahead and drink you some water. Go ahead and drink you some teas. Of course, as we see within this document, that we want to stop caffeinated teas by the latest 2 p.m. But we want to have your green teas. You want to have your coffee, hopefully all organic. You want to have your ginger tea. That's good for digestion. You want to have your robust tea. You want to have these different things in between the meals, because guess what they're doing? They're helping your body circulate those nutrients from the hopefully whole food meal you just had. So all the nutrients that were good for you within that meal that you have, and within that 4 hours, if you're drinking the right liquids, you're going to allow your body to get those nutrients where they need to go. Yes, the sun goes down kind of early, but here's the thing. You do not have to cheat yourself. So that last meal before the sun goes down, make sure that meal has things in there. It's involving nutrients that's not going to make you hungry within 2 hours. Watch this. If you have a carb meal last, not only will you spike your insulin up to 6 hours. So again, if you're going to bed 4 hours later, you still have 2 hours left of a spike. Not only are you dealing with that, but that spike also hits your dopamine, which will cause you to feel like you're hungry later, but you're not necessarily hungry. That spike, that dopamine hit is causing you to want to go back and hopefully pick something else that's going to cause another hit. So it's kind of in essence yes, it's, I want to say addiction, but yeah, our dopamine is addicted to certain type of hits. All right. And that's what's going to happen. But if you choose to have, watch this. If you choose to have a high protein and a fat meal, no carbs, a high protein and a meal with fats in it before you go to bed, you will not get hungry. It will be impossible. Have you about 40 grams of protein, have you some type of high fat on the side of that, some nuts, avocado, there's different things, cooking with some ghee butter, cooking with cooking with avocado oil, coconut oil, pouring olive oil. You don't cook with olive oil, but pour the olive oil over your food when it's done. Those are healthy fats. Those are polyphenols. Those actually help you live longer. Plus, they're going to prevent you from being hungry. Add the fiber. Notice that all the good things prevent you from being hungry. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent. All right. But just make sure that last meal is high protein, a good amount of fat and fiber. You'll be content the rest of the night. Unless, again, that dopamine hit is trying to just get you to do something you don't need to do. Okay. And those first two things also affect your sleep. If you eat too close to the time you go to bed, your sleep is going to be tampered with, and you're not going to sleep well. And then what ends up happening is now that goes over to the next day. You don't sleep well the next day, so now you wake up groggy, you wake up tired, you don't want to be bothered, and then the cycle continues so that you don't have a really good day. You're restless the whole nine, and usually when you're restless, you're going to make bad food choices. And so the cycle goes, and that's why it's in this order. If you respect the circadian rhythm, respect the TRE, it's going to help you respect your sleep. And if you respect your sleep and the other two, your health will change. Now, the best way to do that is to make sure, again, you're eating balanced meals, making sure it's fiber, protein, fats, carbs in that order. You want to have fiber with every meal. You want to have protein with every meal. You don't want to have carbs and fats together if they're too high in number, which you'll learn about that later, the people who don't know that. But these are the things that are going to help you. If you're eating in this order, fiber and protein will cause you to actually get full a lot faster. So by the time you get to the fats and carbs, you won't be hungry. And then, of course, increase movement. Standing alone. If you stand every hour, by the time, if you wake up, say like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, if you stand every hour for at least a minute and walk around, you can burn at least 150 calories just by doing that, because you're helping with circulation. And when things are circulating, nutrients are getting where they need to get. And now your body is working. The machine is working. That's how you're going to burn calories. All right. Yep. And that is all. Not painless. I mean, not painful at all. We are done. That's the end of the slides. Okay. Before I go, I know there's a delay, but I'll still watch for a second. Is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions, any concerns? Walking right now, perfect. Like I said, make sure you try to get in at least. Okay, so here's a fun fact. This is why I hate knowing all this stuff, but it helps when I see even things like that, Kiana. So just a fun fact for everybody: at the least 8,000 steps, at the least, it has a lot of benefits. Like I said, not just the circulation, but it helps with joints. It helps with longevity. This is a proven fact. Now, the more you go over, so between 8,000 and 14,000 steps a day, it actually increases your lifespan. Why? Again, circulation. What decreases your lifespan? Bad circulation, which means I'm not walking enough. That means I'm not standing up enough. So there's no blood really circulating. We are like shortening our lives when we do not move. So that's great that you're walking right now. Even cleaning up, you can burn a lot of calories cleaning up. You can get on the phone, walk around the house. Before you know it, if you're having a 30-minute conversation and you're not really sitting down, you're just walking through the house, you could have walked about 200 to 300 steps on a 30-minute phone call. So do your best. Even when you're going out to the stores, try to park far from the entrance, unless you're, of course, running late. But park far from the entrance so you can walk and just get those steps in. Like when I tell you, everything makes a difference. All right? Yeah, any questions? And while I'm waiting for that, because I know I got to wait for the delay, you'll get this PDF as well. So I want to, like I said, the ones that are on Facebook, I want to see your answers. I want you to, interact. I want to know the answers to those questions. To the ones that are not in the Facebook group, text them to me. I would love to know. How are you feeling? I'm feeling amazing. Let me tell you, Dave, like I was going to post about it today, but I didn't because I've just been so busy. But I stopped walking early just because I changed my schedule to accommodate other things that benefit me, but it didn't really benefit me because it prevented me from walking in the morning, and then I had to start walking later in the day. All of a sudden, after about a week or two of me doing that, I just was not feeling myself. What's the day? Today's Friday. I started my first time walking in the morning in a few weeks was yesterday, and I'm already feeling different. My back had been hurting. My back is not hurting anymore. Like literally, like I feel back to myself, all because I started walking again in the morning. And even with the workouts, like I'm gonna have to start working out early again in the morning, because again, I realized that, okay, I don't even want to get into that stuff because it's too heavy for this. But just the things that working out does for your body. Of course, it's not the only thing, but I just put it like this. the doctor, one of the main researchers on this, they discovered what's called a happy gene, is what she labeled it. But it's released during your workouts, which is why when people work out on a regular basis, even if you're having a lot of things going on that's tough for you, you have these, you literally have stamina to fight against stress and fight against depression. So definitely make sure that you are working out, and the earlier the better. But again, anything counts. So if you have to wait till later, long as you're doing it, it's better than nothing. All right. If there's no questions, make sure you are again focused on these 5 areas of focus. And I just want to, I want to know what happens at, especially the new people, Kiana. Like I want to see how these adjustments affect you after the 10 days, and we'll get more into structuring our food. We'll talk about that on Sunday's call. So if a lot of you guys can't make it on Sunday, again, you can see the replay. All right, y'all have a great night. Thank you for joining, and let's make this a good 10 days, y'all.